Welcome to NS5366, the Practice Development Project subject. My name's Jane Mills and this is
Karen Yates.
And we are jointly coordinating the subject this semester. For those of you who are in the Master of Midwifery, Karen will be very familiar with you, and I work mainly in the area of nursing and nursing research and as a director of the Centre for Nursing and Midwifery Research. So, a busy semester this semester. We've got a subject that we've rewritten for this semester for you, and for many of you, you will have completed NS5201 with us last semester, and so this will be a continuation of that subject. For some, this is new to you, and so when you look at the assessment pieces for the subject, you'll see that there's quite a lot of options and choice built into assignment 2 in particular in order to cater for all of your needs. But before we begin talking about assessment, I'm going to hand over to Karen, who's going to speak about communication.
Okay, so what we've done with each of the students, depending on the course you're enrolled in, we've set you up into groups, so you'll have received a notification of which group you're in and who's your facilitator for those groups. It's quite important that you keep engaged with us throughout the semester. So in the first, probably towards the end of week 2, we'll set up a go-to meeting where we can talk about the assessment items, what's involved, and you can put some questions to us about what you need to do. And we then may continue to have a number of those over the semester depending on each group's individual needs. But it's also important that you keep in close contact with us via email on a regular basis. So if you're needing assistance, help with what you're doing, for those of you that want to do an implementation of a practice development project, we'll need to assign a supervisor. So we do need to know that fairly early on in the semester if that's your choice.
Great, thanks Karen. So back to the assignments, you'll notice that you've got an assignment due fairly swiftly in week 5 of this semester. So in the first instance, what we want you to do is become familiar with some of the theories of practice development and then actually assess your own workplace as to the barriers and enablers to using practice development theory in your workplace. So the assignment has quite a practical bent. They often do in these subjects. We like to try and create assignments that get you doing tasks that you might find of use once you finish the subject. So you'll be asked to basically provide us in the first section of the assignment with a theoretical explanation of some of the theories of practice development, and then the second part will be providing a table of the different sorts of things that you can observe in your own workplace and how that relates to the potential for implementing a practice development project where you work. The second assignment, there are a number of different options. So there are 2 main options, and within the first option there are 3 different types of presentation that you can use. So option 1 for assignment 2 is the implementation of a service learning project, and for those of you who have come through from NS5201, you need to talk to your group facilitator early in the piece about the feasibility of actually implementing the research proposal, the project proposal that you came up with last semester. For those of you who haven't developed one of those existing research proposals, you need to think about option 2 as being the assessment that you should complete. If you have got a service development project that you're able to implement, the findings from that can be presented in 3 different formats, either as a manuscript for submission for publication, a poster for a conference presentation, or an actual videotaped presentation. So each one of those styles of assessment piece are basically trying to skill you up to be able to disseminate the results of these sort of activities in the future. So we want you to not only implement your project and really evaluate the outcomes of that, but we want you to really hone up some of those presentation skills so that you can learn something new that you can take forward with you. Option 2 on assessment 2 is to develop a practice development plan. And so that's for those of you who don't have an existing research proposal you'd like to implement. And you can actually work through developing up a plan that you might then be able to implement in your workplace at the end of the semester. So you've got various things to think about, and you really need to think about your assessment pieces early in the semester and do some planning for those in consultation with your group facilitator. So with the groups, as Karen said, you've already been broken up to groups depending on the course that you're in. Clearly, Karen is dealing with the midwifery students, being as I'm not a midwife, and also the nurse practitioner group. And I will be working with all of the Masters of Nursing students in the various streams and also the diploma students as well. So I'm looking forward to meeting many of you on the GoToMeeting and over the email this semester. Karen and I are always available and very happy to take telephone calls and email inquiries from you. So stay in touch. Good communication is key to succeeding well on these subjects. And we hope you have a happy semester. Bye.
Look forward to working with you. Bye.